Krishna Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Jai
Hare
Shri
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Chaitanya
Ram
Prabhu
Krishna Krishna
Nityananda
Krishna Krishna
Shri
Hare
Advaita Gadadha Shiva Shakti Bhaktivedanta Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Shiva Shakti Bhaktivedanta Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Today is Wednesday. It is 15th of May and it is Vaishakha Masa or Madhusudana Masa. Shukla Paksham Ashtami Tithi. So there are no Vaishnavas today in the calendar. So we shall quickly enter into Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, Parikshit is asking from Sukadeva Goswami to explain about the Supreme Personality of Godhead, how he expands himself with his different energies and into this material world through Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwara, and with various potencies, how he maintains this universe for creation, maintenance, and destruction. So yesterday he was mentioning यथा गुणां तु प्रकृतेः युगपत् क्रमशोऽपि वा भवत्यभूरुषस्त्वेकः कुर्वन् कर्मान् जन्मभिः. So he takes so many incarnations to maintain this particular this cosmic manifestation, but still he is only one. So likewise, today he is further saying, Parikshit is saying that, O Sukadeva Goswami, you are the exalted devotee of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. You know everything. You know everything. So you are as good as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So please kindly describe all the pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, how he expands and how he creates, how he maintains, how he destroys. Likewise, Parikshit is asking. So we are in the Srimad Bhagavatam, second canto, chapter number 4, verse number 10. विचिकिचितं मे विचिकिचितं एतन्मे ब्रवीतु भगवान् यतां शाब्दे ब्रह्मणि निष्णातः परस्मिं श भवान् खलु विचिकिचितं एतन्मे. So so this is vichikichitam. It is a doubtful inquiry. It's mentioned as a doubtful inquiry. And whatever I have got all these kinds of questions, O Sukadeva Goswami, vichikichitam etanme. So unto me, all these things, please kindly explain to me. Bhavitu is just clear up all my uh, doubts or clarifications, whatever I have got. Please explain all these things to me. Vichikistam etanme bhavitu bhagavanyata, because Bhagavan as good as powerful like the Lord. Yata is similar to the Lord. So whoever is coming, the few devotees of the Lord, so they are like a supreme personality of Godhead himself. Sometimes Prabhupada says that devotees are more powerful than the supreme personality of Godhead. So that is Bravitu Bhagavan Yata Shabde Brahmani Nishnataha and Shabde Brahmani. So this Vedic literature, Shabde, the transcendental sound vibrations of the Vedic literature, and you are Nishnataha, you are perfect in the all the Vedic literature. Shabde Brahmani Nishnataha Parashmimsha Bhavan Kalu, and top of that Parasmimsha, and you are already situated in the transcendence, and you are the devotee of the Lord. Bhavan Kalu, so your good self, and Kalu is as a matter of fact. So Sukadeva Goswami, he is already transcended. He is by birth itself, he is a liberated soul. And later on, he took the study of Srimad Bhagavatam. He became the pure devotee of the Lord, engaged himself in completely past devotional service. So that's why and also he studied. So that's why he has got the complete knowledge. Second is he's the devotee of the Lord, and on top of that, he is in transcendence. So Sukadeva Goswami kindly explain this to me. विचिकित्सितम् एतन्मे ब्रवीतु भगवान् यथा शाब्दे ब्रह्मणि निष्णातः परश्मिंश भवान् खलु. So translation for this verse. So kindly clear up all these doubtful inquiries, because you are not only vastly learned in the Vedic literatures and self-realized in transcendence, but are also great devotee of the Lord, and are therefore as good as the personality of Godhead. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Can I request any unallocated devotees to read the first two paragraphs of the purport, please?
Krishna Prabhuji, shall I read?
Yes, Mataji, please.
Purport by His Divine Srila Prabhupada ki jai. In the Brahma Samhita, it is said that the Supreme Absolute Truth, Govinda, the personality of Godhead, although one without a second, is infallibly expanded by innumerable forms non-different from one another. And although he is the original person, he is still even young with permanent youthful energy. He is very difficult to know simply by learning the transcendental science of the Vedas, but he is very easily realized by his pure devotees. The expansions of different forms of the Lord, as from Krishna to Baladeva to Sankarsana, from Sankarsana to Vasudeva, from Vasudeva to Aniruddha, from Aniruddha to Pradyumna, and then again to second Sankarsana, and from him to the Narayana Purushavasaras, and innumerable other forms which are compared to the constant flowing of the uncountable waves of the river, are all one and the same. They are like lamps of equal power which kindle from one lamp to another. That is the transcendental potency of the Lord. The Veda says that he is so complete that even though the whole complete identity emanates from him, he still remains the same complete whole. Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. As such, there is no validity in a material conception of the Lord produced by the mental speculators. Thus he remains always a mystery for the mundane scholars, even if he is vastly learned in the Vedic literature. Vedeshu durlabha adurlabham atma bhaktav. Therefore, the Lord is beyond the limit of conception for mundane learned scholars, philosophers, or scientists. He is easily understandable for the pure devotees, because the Lord declares in the Bhagavad Gita, 18th chapter 54 verse, that after surpassing the stage of knowledge, when one is able to be engaged in the devotional service of the Lord, then only can one know the true nature of the Lord. One cannot have any clear conception of the Lord or his holy name, form, attributes, pastimes, etc., unless one is engaged in his transcendental loving service. The statement of the Bhagavad Gita that one must first of all surrender unto the Lord, being freed from all other engagements, means that one must become a pure, unconditional devotee of the Lord. Only then can one know him by the strength of devotional service. You want me to continue, Prabhu?
There's a more would request other devotee Mataji.
Okay, Prabhu.
To take any other unallocated devotee, please, for the next rest of the purport, please.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, can I?
Yes, Mataji, please.
Mm. Maharaj Parikshit admitted in the previous verse that the Lord is inconceivable even for the greatest learned scholars. Why then should he again request Sukadev Goswami to clarify his insufficient knowledge about the Lord? The reason is clear. Not only was Sukadev Goswami vastly learned in the Vedic literature, but he was also a great self-realized soul and a powerful devotee of the Lord. A powerful devotee of the Lord is by the grace of Lord. More than the Lord himself, the personality of Godhead, Sri Ramachandra attempted to bridge the Indian Ocean to reach the island of Lanka, but Sri Hanumanji, the unalloyed devotee of the personality of Godhead, could cross the ocean simply by jumping over it. The Lord is so merciful upon his pure devotee that he presents his beloved devotee as more powerful than himself. The Lord expressed himself to be unable to save uh, Durvasa Muni, although the Muni was so powerful that he could reach the Lord directly under the material conditions. But Durvasa Muni was saved by a Maharaj Ambarisha and devotee of the Lord. Therefore, not only is the devotee of the Lord more powerful than the Lord, but also worship of the devotee is considered more effective than direct worship of the Lord. Madhbhakta Puja Bhadika. The conclusion here is therefore that a serious devotee must first approach a spiritual master who not only is well versed in the Vedic literature but is also a great devotee with the factual realization of the Lord and his different energies. Without the help of such devotee spiritual master, one cannot make progress in the transcendental science of the Lord. And bona fide spiritual master is like Sukadev Goswami, does not speak about the Lord only in the matter of his internal potencies, but also explain how he associated with his external potencies. The Lord pastime in the internal potency have mm, mm, are displayed in his activities in Vrindavan, but the working of his external potency are directed in his future of Karna Varnasi Vishnu, Garvadaksai Vishnu, and Chirodiksai Vishnu. Srila Vishavnatha Chakravarti offer his good counsel to the interest Vaishnavas when he said that they should not be interested in hearing only about the Lord activities like Rasalila, but must be nearly interested in his pastime, in his future of the Purusavatar, in a connection with the Srishti Tattva creation function, following the example of Maharaj Parikshit, the ideal disciple, and Sukadev Goswami, the ideal spiritual master. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you so much, Mataji. Both the Matajis. Okay. Okay, so here Prabhupada is explaining about the position of a devotee. And also here, the Lord has got different forms, innumerable forms. And from the Brahma Samhita, Ishwarah Paramah Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govindaha Sarva Karana Karanam. He is the cause of all the causes. And he is realized by his pure devotees, not by Vedeshu Durlabham, Adhullabham, Atma Bhaktav. Atma Bhaktavi, who have surrendered themselves unto the lotus feet of the Lord. So that is Prabhupada explaining here. And then different forms of the Lord from Krishna is Baladeva. Um, Tat Kinjalakadam Tadamshanam Tatpatrani Shriyamapi. So the Tad Amshanam. So this is Brahma Samhita, the lotus flower expansion of the Goloka Vrindavana. It is the by Balaramam. It is the first expansion of Krishna. And then later on, the four forms of Vasudeva Sankashana and Pradyumna and Aniruddha. So they are like that. Prabhupada is giving the sequence. Baladeva to Sankarshana, from Sankarshana to Vasudeva, from Vasudeva to Aniruddha, from Aniruddha to Pradyumna. This is in the Goloka Vrindavana. And then later on, from the Sankarshana, so Narayana, he expands himself, and then from Narayana again, the second quadruple comes. That is all his expansions. So his expansions have been explained. So those Goloka chart is explained very nicely about his expansions, how these quadruples and everything. Okay. And then further, even Vedesh Durlabham Adurlabham Atma Bhakta. Prabhupada is bringing that one. And also, even though so many incarnations are coming from Krishna, Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnam Purnat Purnam Budachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Avishishyate. Even though Prabhupada is giving an example, 1 plus 1 equal to 1, 1 minus 1 equal to 1. Likewise, 1 minus infinity equal to 1, 1 plus infinity equal to 1. So likewise, Prabhupada is giving, Krishna is complete. Even the infinity forms are coming from Krishna, still he is complete. Even infinity forms are entering into Krishna, but still he is complete. So that is Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnam Budachyate Purnasya Purname Adhaya Purnameva Avashishyate. So Purna Asya, the person who is complete, Asya Purnam, he is complete, Adhaya, subtraction, Purnam, and he is still incomplete, Eva Avashishyate. What remains? He is Purnam Avashishyate. He is still complete even after that. So the likewise Prabhupada is giving, and then this is again Brahma Samhita. He is realized by the pure devotees, and he is not Janmaishwareswara Sribihi Edamana Madapuman Naivarati Abhidatma Vai Tvam Akinchana Gocharam. Lord will not be revealed to the materialistic peoples. Bhaktya Mam Abhijanati Yavana Shashmi Tattvataha. Krishna's statement. Only devotees understand Krishna because they surrender themselves. It is everything was journey within. The Lord reveals him. Antaha Purusharupena, Kalurupena Yorbahihi. So outside as the time factor, inside as the Supreme Lord Paramatma. So he will reveal all these things to the in the heart to his pure devotee. And then further, Prabhupada is explaining about the Maharaja's Parikshit inquiries. So this is inquiry from other devotee. It means the Lord is Vedeshu Durlabham. Even if one studies all these Vedas, it is difficult to understand the Lord and his activities. Etat ye- Etadvai Bhagavato Rupam Brahmanah Paramatmanah. So his form, it is Brahmanah Paramatmanah. What first is Etai Bhagavato Rupam. One is the Brahmanah, Brahman effulgence Paramatmanah. This is the super soul. And Parampradhanam Purusham, and the supreme personality of Godhead. Daivim Karma Vichestitam, all his activities are transcendental. Daivim Karma Vichestitam. That is with his different expansion. So Parikshit is inquiring how he expands himself, like in different forms, Brahma, Paramatma, and Bhagavan, and Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwara later on, and then so many Manus, and then Rishis, Manvo, Rishio, Manvo, Deva, Manputra, Mahujasaha, all these forms, how he expands himself into this material world. And this is so the Goswami also mentioning all his expansions are just like a there is a big ocean and which is on the top, and then so many rivulets and small rivers are coming from there, which is incessant. Likewise, all so many incarnations are coming from Krishna. Okay, that is about his. So it is not sufficient. Even Lord himself expanding as a Ananta, glorifying the Lord with thousand faces, but still he could not complete that many number of glories are there. And how can even Parikshit would know? And so he is approaching Sukadeva Goswami to explain all these things. And also Prabhupada is mentioning, so devotee is as power. Um, So here is saying, by the grace of the Lord, a powerful devotee of the Lord is more than the Lord himself. and like giving the example of Hanuman, how he did how did he engaged himself in the service of the Lord, and Lord presented Hanuman that he is most powerful and also greater than Rama himself. So that is the devotee's position. And another example of the Durvasa Muni, when he was offending the Maharaja Ambarisha. At the time, Sudarshan Chakra was chasing him. Durvasa Muni going to Brahmaloka, and then Sivaloka, and then finally going to the Vishnu. And then, but Vishnu also says, I am alit sadhavo hridayamahim sadhunam hridayam tvaham madanyante na jananti naham tebhyo managapi. I am in the devotee's heart, devotees are in my heart. I don't know anyone except my devotees, so I can't help you. So my devotee is the only shelter. So and then there was money. He came back to Ambarish Maharaj after a year. Still Ambarish Maharaj is so compassionate and then still waiting for Durvasa money without breaking the this Dwadasi Parayana. So that is the Madbhakta Pujya Abhyadikaha. Puja Abhyadikaha. He is the most greatly worshipped, to be worshipped. More it is properly saying more effective than the direct worship of the Lord. So the conclusion is saying the one has to first approach the spiritual master, then only he will understand further what Vedic literatures and the and enter into the spiritual activities in proper way. Okay, so that is very beautiful thing. And here about not only the Rasa Leela of the internal potencies and his expansions, but how the cosmic manifestation. So devotee also inquires about how he expands. Karna, Navasai Vishnu, Garbhodak Sai Vishnu, Kshirodak Sai Vishnu, Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, and all other expansions, Leela avatars, coming down from the Kumaras, and then Varaha avatara, and then Kapila, and Dattatreya, Narada Muni. So these are coming 22 incarnations. Apart from that, Haigreva and also Hamsa avatar, many avatars are come. Devotee he is interested to know all of these things. So that is the Srishti Tattva. So now yeah, here Prabhupada is mentioning. So his features of Purushavatar in connection with creational functions following the examples of Maharaja Parikshit, the ideal disciple, and Sukadeva Goswami, the ideal spiritual master. So when the spiritual master and devotee are ideal and perfect devotee, perfect spiritual master, then everything will be revealed to all others. Just like Arjuna was there as a calf, and Krishna bringing all the Vedic literatures extracting Bhagavad Gita, Sarvopnishado Gavo, Dogda Gopalantanah, Padhavacha Siddhi Bhokta Dugdham Gitamritam. So likewise, when Krishna and Arjuna there, all Bhagavad Gita came. When Sukadeva Goswami Parikshita there, Bhagavatam came. When other devotees there, when the pure devotee is speaking and very inquisitive devotee is inquiring, then another kind of epic is going to come. So that is perfect. Spiritual master, perfect disciple. That is from this purport. So likewise, Prabhupada is explaining. विचिकित्सितम् एतन्मे भवीतु भगवान् यथा शाब्दे ब्रह्मणि निष्णातः परस्मिंश भवान् खलु. So Sukadeva Goswami kindly explain all these things to me. Likewise, Parikshit is asking. Okay, we shall quickly move to Srila Prabhupada's daily letter. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Is it possible to ask a question now about this the devotees? Who is Prabhupada talking about? Is it the elevated souls, that the divine devotees, or any devotees? Because it doesn't seem right. I'm not clear about that. That devotees are more powerful than the Lord.
So yeah, Prabhupada gave the example of Hanuman here in the
Yes,
Lord.
the Hanuman. So that they're that level of devotee, not us, not the material world devotees.
if we see in the material world, even Srila Prabhupada, we could say because he is giving Krishna to everyone, that means he is greater than Krishna, we would say.
Yeah.
Anarpita Cherim Chirat Karunaya Vatirna Kalu Samarpitum Unnatodvharasam Subhakti Shriyam. So when Krishna comes as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu bringing his love to distribute to everyone, that means he is greater than Krishna. So ultimate thing is the Krishna Prema. A Vaishnava to be who is claiming to be uh, Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to quickly achieve desired success. This is the Krishna Prema is the ultimate thing. And whoever is giving that Krishna Prema, that means he must be more than that.
But there isn't
Krishna.
anyone at that level at the moment, is there? Is yet to be known, I suppose. Is yet to come. But yeah, Prabhupada was exceptional. So when he says devotees, I wasn't clear about, because we are not more powerful than the Lord. Even if we are okay, even the pure devotees in our amidst, if in our society,
Yes, Mataji.
are not as powerful. Nobody can compare with Prabhupada at this present time.
Yes, Mataji. So when Prabhupada was in the family life, no one thought that Prabhupada would be able to do it, all those things. Just when Prabhupada was 60 years, when he was in the family life, everything the history says, but we do not know who is what at this present moment. We are incomplete.
Yeah, because when all the scriptures state that Krishna is the one who could make a flick of a finger's changed in everything. He's got the almighty power in everything. So he's everything and all things. So how can we be so powerful? I mean, we are just dropping the ocean. We're just touching on the surface.
Yes, Mataji. Yeah. Just to keep ourselves completely free from all material things, empty thought, then Krishna will fill all the nectar in it. Then we will become the instrument in the hands of Krishna. That way, Krishna make us is a more powerful.
Yeah, and also do his service purely. You serve him in such a way that like Prabhupada, spread the word and engage in just pureness. Nobody disrespected him in any way because he had no flaws.
Yes.
Yeah. Haribol, thank you. Thank you for your time in explaining that, because I was struck by that statement, actually.
Thank you, Mataji. So that is nicely explaining about Hanuman here and devotees of the Lord. Okay, even Prabhupada, it is in the period of, in the beginning of Krishna consciousness movement. At that time, all these purports have been compiling. So, explaining here. Now, later on, we see the Prabhupada, he himself is an example of that. Okay, that is a very beautiful thing. So, we shall quickly go into Srila Prabhupada's daily letter. So, today it is a letter to Bapi. February 15th, 1970, Los Angeles. Can I request Usha Mataji to read this letter, please? Hare Krishna,
Yes,
Usha
Prabhu.
Mataji.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Hare Krishna. My dear Bapi, please accept my blessings. I am very glad to receive your letter dated 1st February 1970. Some years ago, when I was visiting your house, your father requested me to teach you Bhagavad Gita. I immediately agreed to this proposal, but later on your father changed his mind and he wanted to wait until your education would be finished. I am very glad to learn that in the month of May you will be finishing your Indian educational career and you propose to come in the States for your postgraduate education in engineering. So I welcome you, and when you come here, you will be at liberty to stay in any one of my preaching centers. I have got now 26 different centers in Europe, USA, Canada, Japan, and Australia, beginning from Hamburg, Germany, down to Tokyo, covering about 14,000 miles. Generally, I stay in Los Angeles because the climate of this city is almost like our Bengal. Regarding my help for your coming here, there are three ways you may apply for acceptance at a university here. If you are accepted by a university, they can arrange a job for you. Then you may come here by the university's arrangement as a foreign exchange student. Another way is that if I can show a bank balance in your favor to the extent of $12,000 to $15,000, and because I am an immigrant and thus I sponsor you, you can come here as immigrant immediately as my relative. Now for this bank balance, how you will arrange. Another way is if you can spend about 25,000 rupees, you can come here at any time as a visitor, at least for 6 months. When you come here, you can try for a suitable job in any respectable firm or whatever you like. You may be free to move and search out within that period. But if you come as a visitor, you will not be allowed to work here by law. But by arrangement, everything may be done. So these are the three ways of getting you here, and whichever way you find suitable can be arranged. You will be glad to learn that our Sankirtan movement in the Western world uh, is going on very successfully. Your father's spiritual teacher, Mother Anandamayi, is very much fond of Sankirtana. So I wish that your father may send us Mridanga, Kol, and Kartalas for this great Sankirtana yajna. Mother Anandamayi has got many rich followers. If some of them send us this Kol and Kartala for our different centers all over the world, Europe, America, Canada, Japan, Australia, then it will be a great cooperation. I hope you will ask your father to do this service for Lord Krishna or Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who foretold that in every city, town, and village of the world, his holy name would be celebrated, and we are trying in our humble way to spread this message. I hope this will find you in good health, and thanking you once more for your attention. Yours affectionately, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Yeah. Thank you, Mataji. Any takeaway points, Mataji?
Um, yes, Prabhu, that Prabhupada wants um, the puppy, he can come to, no, first he is asking for his
Uh,
father asking to teach
so
him Bhagavad
just
Gita.
just
Yeah.
only in bullet points, Mataji,
Yes, Prabhu.
which is
Okay.
only related to Krishna consciousness.
Yes. So yeah, Krishna. Yeah, this is the thing. Need help for to get Mridanga and Kartala, so we can get to move the Krishna consciousness and Sankirtan party. So that is the good help for then, because his father is rich, so can move forward to Krishna consciousness. And yes, so that's a taking Prabhu. So yeah.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. So the first bit is about initially the devotee Prabhupada was trying to teach Bhagavad Gita um, according to the parents, but at the time they were not ready. But later on, the material stuff going to foreign something else, and then finally, Prabhupada is again trying to contact the same family and the child and the father, to engage them in the Krishna consciousness, in the Sankirtana movement. And also somewhere or other they need to be taking part in spreading the message of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this is Prabhupada's okay, so that is a very good message, how Prabhupada is contacting devotees even after a long time. That is the takeaway, my takeaway from this letter. Any other points, dear devotees? So that is from Srila Prabhupada's letter, and from the announcements point of view. So today is at 8:30. We have got Kirtan evening. I shall send a message for the voting for the devotees participation. So whoever takes the options first, so they will do the initial Kirtan and then Bhajan 1, Bhajan 2, Bhajan 3 in a sequence. So kindly watch out and take part in the Kirtan. Please help. It is not my Kirtan or someone's Kirtan. It is Krishna's time slot, and it is Sangha means it is Krishna's. So giving our time and our words speaking for Krishna, glorifying Krishna, it is Krishna's service. Thank you so much for that. That's all from the announcements point of view. But now, dear devotees, if you have got any other thing to share in Krishna consciousness or anything on Krishna consciousness, so kindly share. Hare Krishna. Okay, if there are no updates, then we
Hare
shall.
Krishna Prabhu.
Hare.
You leaving last night was very unusual. I wondered if you can just mention it to the group who were there, because that's not something that you normally do, and because it was a good reason.
Oh yes, yes. Last night, so I got some family things. Wanted to go very quickly. It is a family call. Yeah, just got dropped. So I couldn't get a chance to send a message as well. Apologies for that.
Yeah, it's not nice if people just go away thinking, fantasizing that it was, you dropped out because you didn't like what you were hearing or whatever.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, Haribol.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. Okay, if there are no further updates, then we shall conclude and continue with further japa. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यैव पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो
Vaishnavedyo Namo Namaha. Koti
अनन्तकोटिवैष्णवेभ्यो
Vaishnavinda Ki Jai. Prabhupada Ki
Yeah.
Jai.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna conscious to everyone.
Haribol.
Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya Prabhu
Chaitanya
Nityananda
Prabhu
Shri Advaita
Nityananda
Gadadhara
Shri
Srivasadi